If someone thought that I changed my orientation, in a good way, and became interested in fantasy characters, then they were mistaken. I'm talking about the mysteries of antiquity in general and stone in particular. And the title question here is quite in its place. Because the buildings are called just like that, Domus de Janas, or in the original, Italian, Domus de Janas. Translated into Russian, this is the house of the fairy or the house of the witch. Location, the island of Sardinia in Italy. There, on this very Sardinia, there are just a lot of these curious. I don't even know what to call them. I'll call them products. That will be the most accurate. Because their artificial origin is beyond doubt. Most often, fairy houses look like caves carved into the rocks. Strictly speaking, they are not only in Sardinia, it's just that they can be found more often there, and in total they counted about 2.8 thousand pieces in the region. From normal dwellings, fairy houses differ in size. That is, it is impossible to live in them, they are too small. Therefore, historians have expressed the opinion that they served as tombs. Of the curious features, it can be noted that they are all different, but there are some common features. For example, the presence of small niches inside. Now guides offer a romantic option for the appointment of these niches. They say it's for gifts to the fairies. No less romantic is the second option, an offering to the spirits of the dead. That is, you make a gift to the soul of the deceased, you lie down to sleep there, and this very soul can talk to you for life. Why these niches were actually made, no one knows. Actually, the information that these are tombs is only an assumption. They substantiated it by the similarity of some houses with the traditional layout of the dwellings of people of a certain fossil culture called Ozieri, which is generally logical. Hence the dating of the houses 2 to 4 millennium BC, that is, this is also from the field of assumptions. It is known from real use that some of these cave products were used by church ministers. However, these are only those that are larger, and the small houses of the fairies turned out to be unnecessary for everyone. Even traces of burial places 4,000 years ago have never been found in them. I'm just at a loss to guess. If only some of them would make pantries, no. Yes, it's a problem. In addition to their miniature size, they have several other oddities that scientists still cannot explain. Not only were these objects cut down in huge boulders or in sheer cliffs in an unknown way, at that time it was problematic to do this, but strange symbols are depicted on their walls, which have never been repeated in any of the structures found, nor was not a single identical form of the fairy house itself. Now these fabulous buildings, which are sometimes also called the witch's house, have become a tourist attraction, so the authors of Enigma Explorer advise those who go on a trip to these magical places to take along something beautiful or tasty in addition to the camera, because the legends revered in these places, obliged to leave offerings for each of the fairies living in a strange stone dwelling.